Hey everyone, Sunrai Kai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 23rd episode of the second season of Mushoku Tensei. And yeah, last episode was a lot to take. And this episode probably was some of the most what's the best way to phrase this? This I'm very nervous to watch this episode. Like more so than any other episode, the way we ended off. We managed to get Zenith back at that great cost, but it was revealed to us that she's not okay completely. Like they cut it off before we could like really know the extent of the situation, which just makes it worse. Honestly, makes me even more nervous to watch this. But maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking. Maybe we can do something about it. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what to expect with this episode, but you just gotta get into it and see and just hope for the best. That's really all we can do. So let's do it. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, yeah, this is the real world. I was like, that looks like Japanese architecture. I know. That was the big thing. Instead of going to their funeral, he stays home to be a degenerate. I mean, you really should have. The hand, yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to. Don't be like that, Rudy. Yeah, so far the episode is just as cheery as I was expecting. Roxy looking good. Yeah, he's not doing great. At least we have Roxy. She cheered me up a bit already. Because Roxy obviously wants to help, but like, what do you even do in this situation? Oh no, she's still inside. Okay, I thought she left for a second. I wonder where this scene's gonna go. Because I know what Roxy could do to make me feel better in pretty much any situation. I mean, losing your father is definitely worse than just losing a regular party member. I definitely get where he's coming from here, but please don't yell at Roxy. Oh, Roxy, you're the best. It really was a nice time, wasn't it? They will never get back. All joking aside, this alone would make me feel a lot better. Just didn't say you could leave, Rudy. Okay, this does seem to be escalating. Oh damn. The hair though. The hair. Oh, that made it so much more. And is she really going for it? It sounds like it. Damn. Okay, I wasn't ready for this. Let's go. Yeah, she knows how to make him feel better. She also knows how to strike when someone's vulnerable. Yeah. So okay, I guess we just did it. Fair enough. So I don't even know what to say to that. That was so. I did not think Roxy was that bold. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you know, she became the second sword, though. I mean, cute, cute. Well, do you feel better? we are on the same page. It's like my mood has slightly been improved. Thank you for your services, Roxy. I mean, she's right. Man, when Roxy first showed up at the house of Tutor Rudy, I bet she would never imagine things would end up this way. Oh, that face. Oh, she is so beautiful. I feel a little bit bad for Sylphie, admittedly, but I can't blame Rudy, man. Just look at her. If anyone knows what happened, it would be her. She could probably smell it on Roxy. Oh, Zenith. Uh, they kept not showing her, and here she is. Just just seeing her like this hurts a lot. She was such a like bubbly, happy. Okay, so it's not too bad, but it's still pretty bad. Because we can always make new memories, but I still remember back when they, butted heads because Paul impregnated them both, and now we're here. I just wanted to say something, anything. Well, what would we do without you, Roxy? Firing magic is cool and all, but Elena Lisa just fast charging forward like that with the blades, pretty cool too. Roxy's his new left arm. Her voice is so soft and gentle. Understandable. It's gonna be a little bit awkward to explain this to Sylvie. But Sylvie, I have a new girlfriend, like, we gotta make room for her in the house. Yeah, you tell it to her after you do it. Like, I will not be deterred. Okay. Because I was not seeing surprise on that face, so that makes sense. Yeah, I did comment on that. I did what? No, no. What are you talking about? Put a baby in me? Okay. Elaborate. uh, love you, Roxy. Yeah, before she realized it was Rudy. Yeah, so some of the reactions definitely make sense now. I might have been overthinking it. Yeah, little Rudy. Possibly a couple girls. And none of his three girls are ever, like, in the same scene together. There's a weird translation. You can be my girlfriend. Once we get to Sophie, we can negotiate, but... that was a gentle hit. Luckily, both have a no again. But Roxy, man, it's... definitely been a roller coaster of emotions for her this arc. I still think we should take Roxy home with us. Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? Yeah, this is secret. That's the blindfold. So hush, hush, hush. Some time to talk to Ellie and Elisa. Well, why do you ask? Is this gonna be like a... I mean, I think I know where this is going. Yeah, it's exactly where I thought it was going. Going back to the two swords thing. I love the support this is getting. Saying keep Roxy. Wouldn't have to tell me twice. And if 2 is okay, 3 is okay, so whenever we find our redhead, wife number 3. Yeah, like, I definitely get what you're saying here. And it hurts to see Roxy feel like she needs to give up and everything because of circumstances. Even though she met him first, I think. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as the wives get along with each other. I did not see any unhappiness there, no. You made him cry. The laugh on Lilia's face. Well, yeah, that's understandable. I just love it we're just accepting this. Yeah. I mean, she's probably not going to be excited about that, but... that would suck. Well, that's why we have to, ask. I'm sure Roxy will probably accept it. I mean, she did it with you knowing that you have a wife and child. Hello, Roxy. But if you would like, you can be Roxy Grey Rat. This is a hard thing to just like bring up to someone. I think we're getting off track a little bit. Come on, you're Paul's son. You got this. It's better to regret what you do than what you don't. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. There we go. I was waiting for it. It finally sunk in. I mean, we'll do that when we get there, but first we need, you know, your agreement. You know what? That's fair enough. You probably should get them both in the room together before we talk about it much more. I can understand that. I can respect that. But that wasn't a no. That's the important part. Because if it was a no, she wouldn't have said any of that. So, by process of elimination, you could assume that was a yes. That's how the math works. Oh, the episode's not over, is it? God damn it. Oh, fuck. I told you I just want to just binge the whole show. Yeah, there are times where I just want to just grab the light novel, throw it down, and just spend a week reading through it. Which we'll do at some point, when I'm convinced the anime is no longer continuing. But, or when the anime ends, like, because even if the anime covers the entire story, there's gonna be pieces missing sprinkled throughout, so I'll read it either way when it's over. Now that Paul's gone, that image is even more sad. Now that Zenith is the way she is, this image is even more sad. Succession. Interesting title. But okay, that was the 23rd episode of the second season of Mushoku Tensei. Whew, this episode. Like always, I try to go in chronological order as I talk about it, so. Early on, we had some recollections, some reminiscing, I guess you could call it, about his past life. We actually got to see the parents, which I don't think we really saw much of that before, since they were dead pretty much at the beginning of the series, because there was a whole funeral thing they didn't go to, which pissed off the siblings, and that just got the domino effect of kicking him out and him dying. But yeah, definitely some regret there for sure. But at the same time, if things played out differently, he wouldn't have died and got reincarnated and wouldn't have had that chance at a second life. So it's kind of funny, depends how you look at it, whether he made a mistake or not there. But yeah, just one thing we got here was Rudy kind of, is regret the right word? Like, he's not happy that Paul sacrificed himself for him, right? He has his inferiority complex and all that. So that's going to definitely add an extra layer of just negativity to the overall situation. And he also has his hand missing, but luckily Roxy, our Lord and Savior, our goddess, the one we worship in her like 90, just showing up to make him happy, to make him feel better. You know? And she does a great job of it. I mean, it's something that she is naturally inclined to do. Like, she has that very gentle, soothing kind of sweet voice. You know, and she can be very kind. Like, of course, he lashes out at her a little bit, which is understandable, but she has that amazing, like, head embrace thingy. I don't know if there's a specific name for that specific kind of hug, but, you know, it just, that would do a lot to make me feel better for sure. But, you know, Roxy wasn't done yet, you know. She went the full mile to make him feel better, and I'd say it was pretty effective overall. I think that's fair to say. But yeah, the waking up bit with Roxy's embarrassment, that was delicious right there. But even afterwards, you know, Rudy's still not looking too good. He has that like, I need a nap kind of face to himself. But and we got a couple great shots of that Roxy face. But, and then we finally, like, almost 8 minutes in the episode, we finally see Zenith, where we have Lilia just trying to defeat her as she just stares off absent-mindedly, just dribbling. It's all just so hard to watch. I do want to go back and make sure I got what they said about her condition. She doesn't seem to remember anything, but she's shockingly well physically. That's good. No strange after effects. So yeah, this line here. So she just lost her memory. It's not like she's mentally died. Yeah, definitely an important line there, because what that essentially means is she's never going to remember the time when we knew her, you know, when Rudy was a child and all that. Those memories are gone, which is incredibly sad, but there should be a chance to build up a new relationship with his mother, right? Theoretically. So, not as bad as it could be, but still really bad, I guess is how I would describe the situation overall, if we understood it correctly. But Lilia really stepping up to take care of her, you know, now that Paul's gone and everything. Just, I couldn't stop thinking about it during the scene when they both got pregnant, and, you know, we're gonna kick out Lilia and all that, but Rudy stepped up to make sure she was allowed to stay, and things calmed down, things settled out. The two daughters, you know, became friends with each other. I mean, they're literally half sisters, right? But, you know, everything went pretty well after that. But we've gone from that to this, to really to Zenith really being dependent on Lilia for everything right now. And it's just crazy the twists and turns the show has taken, how far we've come. So many shows out there could be described as stagnant. Isekai shows in particular, you know, they get a status quo going and just keep at it for forever. But Mushoku Tensei has never been like that. Things are always moving, changing. You get nostalgic for a simpler, happier time. You work hard to try to get back what happiness you can. But yeah, we went on our adventure because we're now trying to head back to Sylvie, essentially, with the whole gang. And Roxy, we had some more time with Roxy, and there's so much to really just talk about with this. Because Roxy made it very clear the whole love at first sight thing she had when Rudy saved her, right? Because I remember talking a bit before about like how weird Roxy kind of seemed around Rudy. You know, I kind of was getting my theories and stuff about that, really, but apparently it had a lot less to do with Rudy, you know, knowing Rudy in the past, as it was just, yeah, like I said, like just my savior, I love you. Oh wait, that's Rudy. This is awkward, you know, that sort of thing. Not that was a big deterrent or anything, but it had to have been a little bit confusing for her, for sure. But to me, it seems pretty clear what she wants here. Just the only issue is Sylphie, right? That he's already married, he has a child. She feels like she should just kind of like shelve her feelings and just let Rudy live his life, not be a nuisance, not be a problem, right? If I understood her correctly, that was more or less what she was her position. But the thing is, we get back to that second sword, which I'm just gonna keep bringing up over and over again, because after we had that scene, we had Ellie and Eliza, who was very much trying to push that why not both, You maybe you're familiar with that meme, why not both, but that's pretty much what we're doing here. Because Ellie and Eliza first starts talking about Minless. She's like, you don't worship Minless, do you? And I was pretty confused when she said that. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? But he responds, no, I don't. And then this was a part where it clicked. And Sylphie doesn't either, does she? I mean, it wasn't sure yet, but that's when it, we'll say semi-clicked in my head where she's going with this, right? Because, some religious faiths will have it like that, like you choose one person forever, and that's just how it is, right? That monogamous sort of thing. Oh, I mean, even Evenico, I think it's called, the one Arrowgate by Alisoft, that had like there was like a goddess, whatever, in that world, Eve, and there was actually, it wasn't just a moral guideline, it was an actual magically enforced law of nature sort of thing, where if you did it with more than one person, you would essentially be cursed, right? Like nothing any crops you try to grow will wither, they won't grow, and basically you can't live a normal life. You pretty much just forced to be like a bandit to get by, right? If you break those worldly vows, and are not loyal to one person. But anyway, back to my original point. Uh, if Rudy's not bound by that, then yeah, just have both is essentially the point she was trying to get at here. Rudy is a little bit hesitant, but there's a lot going for him in this regard, like Paul setting the precedent, right? We had Lilia, we had Zenith, impregnated them both about the same time, live in the same house, the kids play together, grow up together, right? So very much could be the path Rudy could take. He doesn't have to, he doesn't have to, but it is an option that he should consider. But all this talk about, making them both happy and everything, it reminds me so much of another show. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it was, actually, I could probably find it. Just give me a second. That's the name, yeah. Konojo mo Konojo. I mean, the entire premise of that show is the main character, he has a girlfriend, he's happy with her, and some other girl shows up, wants to be his girlfriend too, but he's like, sorry, I already have a girlfriend, and she won't, gonna give up and all that. But, that's not how it went. He said, you know what? I'll ask my first girlfriend if you can be girlfriend number 2, and we'll just have a 3-way thing going on. It'll be great. And it does get agreed to, and they just kind of start doing it, right? So it reminded me so much of that. So many lines he said here, it had a similar feel to it. So just throughout the video, throughout the reaction, I was just kind of thinking about that the last few minutes or so, especially. But Ellie and Eliza makes a point, after Paul married Lilia, did Zenith become miserable? And no. I mean, obviously, there was a little bit of a headbutting at the beginning. Again, similar to Kanojo mo Kanojo, like usually girlfriend number 1's not happy about it. She throws a little fit. She gets angry, She, but like, then you but if she hesitantly was what I'm looking for. Basically, like, there's a better word I can't think of. I can't think of it, but basically, like, there may be some hesitation to agreeing with it, but she does agree to it, and after she agrees with it, over time, it's accepted, and it's just a natural part of their daily life, and she can be happy in that framework, right? So that we could definitely have that with Sylphie and Roxy. I know them both well enough to know I think it could work. We did straight up ask Roxy about it, which is an awkward question to ask, any girl. Like, I have a wife and kid. Would you like to also be my wife? Like, that's a hard thing to just kind of bring up to someone. But he did pretty much ask her. He confessed to her. Not even just the, daisuki or whatever it was, aishiteru, so it's like the serious I love you in Japanese. But she basically said to ask me again once we get with Sylphie, which makes sense. Like again in Kanojo Mo Kanojo, like before they got into serious discussions about the three-way thing, we had to like talk it out with the three of them, right? Because it's something you all three had to talk about. And they decided just to end the episode off on me, so now we have to wait till next episode before we can have that amazing conversation. But yeah, just the wait is rough, and I think that's the last episode of the season too. So it's got to be last episode because they wouldn't dare cliffhanger us on that and have that be like we talk about this in the next season sort of thing in a couple years. Like you want a riot, that's how you get a riot right there. But yeah, plenty of Roxy cuteness sprinkled throughout the episode. And Roxy being able to sprinkle himself inside Roxy in the episode. But yeah, this was good stuff right here. We didn't really have much combat, just like some little bit of montage combat when traveling. But this is mostly an emotional, character-driven sort of episode, which we definitely needed, all things considered. I kind of wish we got a little bit more of Zenith. Like, I don't know what I really could expect from her, considering her state, but because it said she lost her memories, but she should still be able to talk, right, to some capacity, unless you count, knowing language as part of memories, in which case, yeah, you would have to like reteach her how to talk, which would certainly take time. And I'm going to assume that's the case until I'm told otherwise, but because we didn't get any actual words from her, so I guess I kind of have to assume that's how it is. But I don't know. I don't know what I want, but I wanted something from her. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'm the selfish one, but yeah, just good stuff. Episode depressed me as much as I expected it to, especially in the first half. But I just can't stop thinking about getting to Sylphie and how that's gonna go, and I can't wait a week to find out. But I have to, so that's gonna be it. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.